We have a call right now that's coming in with a question, and that caller, Augusta. Hi, Augusta, what is your question?
Hi, I have a question. I am the legal representative of my father's estate, and he was stationed at Camp Lejeune back in the 60s around Vietnam. He was there a couple times, actually. But so if I file a claim for his illnesses that were caused by the water there, how does a settlement work? Does the whole check come to me as his representative, or does it go to my mom because she's the widow, or between me and my mom and my two brothers, how would things get divided up?
Good question.
Yep. Basic estate law, typically you're going to have a representative standing in the shoes of the deceased person filing the claim for what they went through, their illness, their pain and suffering. Usually that is the majority of the claim. Those amounts will be put into the estate, and then it would be separated among any of the heirs to the estate. So what you're getting to is not so much how much you're able to collect, but where does it go once it gets distributed, and that's going to be estate law based, and it varies sometimes state to state. That's something that we can deal with on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, and we have that come up all the time in like automobile accidents. You know, if someone dies without a will, and if they are married, and if they have kids, or especially if they have kids from a previous marriage, there are rules. There's actually a book that states who gets what, how much a percentage that the spouse gets, how much do the kids get. But the first thing, before you worry about any of that, you've got to file a claim, and then all of that can be worked out later. You don't have to have that worked out prior to the deadline in August. But you have to file a claim, and then once a settlement is reached, then we can worry about all the, how it's distributed at that point.
And one thing, Bill, sorry to jump in,
No.
and I don't know if we have slides tonight that we showed last time, but one thing we're seeing clients and callers to us really are shocked by is the amount of diseases that are potentially compensable. Ranges from everything from kidney, liver cancer, prostate cancer, breast cancer, even simple kidney diseases can be compensated potentially in this. So one thing we would impress upon the audience is understand that these claims basically, whatever health condition it is, if it's something out of the ordinary, give us a call. We can vet it with you. We can decide if that's something worth filing or not. One of our clients that we're helping now, very fortunately, Bill, was actually born at Camp Lejeune, ended up with holes in their heart.
Yep.
Tremendous.
That.
Had
Yes.
no idea it was related, got in touch with us, and that is just a textbook claim with birth defects from people born at Camp Lejeune due to the toxic water. So we're now representing that person. We're moving forward. They had multiple surgeries. Hopefully there's going to be a lot of compensation for them in this.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people think, okay, they hear Camp Lejeune, they hear, North Carolina, and they think that they have to have been a Marine there, but that's not the case. It could be your family member, your wife, your child, anyone who was on that base. Mm-hmm. And Tim, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a 30. You have to be there or have been there for 30 days, sometime in the time period of 1952 to 1987. That is a long time. That's a big span. And think about this: if you were there in 1952 as a Marine, chances are you're not living anymore. Hopefully you are, but your family members are. And so if your family member, I've got a case, Tim and I have a case right now where the granddad died. They were there in 1956. They died, years ago, but they died because of the Camp Lejeune, water there. And so absolutely, when in doubt, just pick up the phone and call. Don't just sit there and like, I probably don't have a case, or my granddad doesn't have a case. If they were there during that time period and they were sick from one of those illnesses, and I'll get Tim to say them again, if they're sick because of one of those, then you need to pick up the phone and just see. And it's not going to cost you anything to find out if there's a case or not.